LtVeshaanan, you're live on the Last Respawn show. How are you, my friend?
I am good. How are you doing today?
You guys are putting me through the grinder tonight already. I'm good. I enjoy a good challenge. By the way, great pick. Is this a personal? What's the story behind this picture? You know, I was debating on using this or not, but I was like, you know what? This is a wild show. Fuck it. Let's go.
So pretty much the backstory behind it is I found it on. I'm not sure where I found it, but I found it somewhere a couple years ago and just rediscovered it. So I figured it'd be appropriate for the show.
Yeah, you were 100% right, good sir. It is. Yeah, I don't even.
I mean, just look at it, right?
Beautiful, work of art. Everybody in the chat is loving it. So, before we get into this debate, and again, I'm gonna let you guys watching be the jury of this. You guys are gonna vote at the end who had the better argument here, of which is the better show. So give us a little, I guess, history you have with the Breaking Bad franchise. Like, were you watching it day one? Did you catch on later on? You know, stuff like that.
So I actually started watching it, I'd say like halfway through last year, because my one friend at the time said that it was a good show, and I was like, you know, okay, I kind of wanted to watch it for a while, so I'll give it a shot. And
okay, so
I was
last
just
year,
immediately hooked. Pretty much, yeah.
Okay. So were you hooked? You binged through the episodes, you watched the movie,
Oh, yeah.
then you watched Better Call Saul.
Yep. Anything that could be watched, I watched it, except the last season of Better Call Saul, of course. I just can't. But I do know what happens.
Oh, interesting. So you have not watched the last season of Better Call Saul?
Nope.
Okay.
I have not.
But you know what happens.
I do know what happens. Yep.
Okay, interesting. All right. Because I will bring up things from that if that's okay.
Oh yeah, of course.
Okay, because both of them I think ended spectacular. But before we get to that, there's so, you know, I don't want to jump ahead. Little Piggy says your picture looks like something that would float up on the Bermuda Triangle Beach 100%. Half of the decorations I have here are stuff as this floats up here. So
I mean, hey, maybe it could be the Xander for this season, huh?
I don't know if I want to put my hand in that.
Oh, come on.
We'll see. We'll see. I don't even know
right.
where do we start with this conversation.
Well, it's a good thing I have bullet points here.
So let's start with Breaking Bad. It was the first show. I have the picture here of the ensemble cast. Amazing cast of characters. If you're not familiar with Breaking Bad, it's a story about a chemistry teacher. One day is diagnosed with cancer, can't afford to pay it, and decides to go into the world of cooking meth. And he ends up becoming one of the most prolific meth kingpins. And it is one of the greatest character story arcs you will see in a TV show, in my opinion. And honestly, Walter White, aka Heisenberg, is a villain. Am I wrong?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
He is almost what I'd like to classify as like a villain doing the wrong thing for the right reasons.
Yes. The best kind of villain. But the villain that wants to do for the greater good. And the greater good is his family.
It's great that we bring this up, because I actually have this in the beginning of my bullet points. So
what?
Hang on, let me just find it here. I actually was just reading it. Okay, so so like we can see in the beginning of Breaking Bad how you know, he's kind of like just this innocent man. He's just working at a high school doing chemistry, you know, severely underpaid. He is overqualified for what he's doing.
Yes.
And
not happy with life. You could tell right off the bat. His life is. He gets like a sad hand job on his birthday while his wife shops for things.
Right. And like days later, maybe weeks, he just gets diagnosed with cancer. And it's like, damn, like you're already living this shit life, and now it just got even shittier.
Yep. So You know what? Let's compare both first episodes here of Breaking Bad and Better Call Saul. And I think the first episode of Breaking Bad was pretty perfect. It set the tone of the show. The first episode started off, I guess, a flash forward, the RV scene.
Lots of flash forwards in this in the Breaking Bad universe.
Oh yeah, and that's the thing they actually keep going on with Better Call Saul, where the black and white scene.
Oh yeah.
Are the future. They take place after the events of Breaking Bad, which I fucking did not know of. So I watched the show and I was like, "Holy shit, this is awesome!"
Yeah, the whole time I was watching it, I was like, "Huh, that guy looks awfully like Saul. I wonder who he is."
I feel like I'm in a Zoom class call again at Welcome.
You can't keep getting away with it.
Oh, we'll try to make it interesting. Promise you. So yeah, I think both episodes were great introductions into both characters.
Oh yeah.
Let's see what else is my other picture.
I actually have two main bullet points here, and to compare the two shows, I have a plot bullet point so we can discuss the plot, and I have a characters and character development point, and we can compare how characters change over time in both shows.
All right.
And, you know, stuff like that.
I love it. Very
storytelling.
Very analytical. Yeah, let's start with because both of these shows are character arcs for both characters.
Right.
Pretty much, you're seeing the transformation of a regular chemistry teacher into this meth kingpin criminal who becomes feared. You don't. At first, you're just like the dad from Malcolm in the Middle. I'm supposed to be scared of him.
Yeah, right. It's kind of like, wow, like what a flip of a coin. But so when it comes to Walter's character development, we've already talked about how, you know, he's innocent, you know, just shit-paying job, underpaid, overqualified.
Yeah.
And once he realizes he has cancer, he realizes that you know, he's gonna need money to support his family for when he dies. And earlier in, I think it's either the first or second episode, it's actually been a while since I rewatched it, he goes on a raid, like a drug raid with Hank.
Yeah, it was the first
Walter
episode.
Yep, and he sees Jesse cooking the meth. And I feel like he kind of got that idea by seeing Jesse in the fucking, what is it? The meth lab, pretty much. And I feel like he kind of like went to him thinking like, okay, this could help. This could, like, you know, I have the smarts and he has the business knowledge.
Yeah.
So, you know, as a team, they can do it.
I will say right off the bat, as an argument here, I think, and I love the dynamic between Jimmy and Kim in Better Call Saul, but I think the dynamic between Walter and Jesse is just so like insane, because you can't you kind of think he cares for him, but then you see how much he manipulates Jesse and uses him throughout the show.
I have this somewhere. I swear.
That's my argument. I feel like,
yes,
as like a sidekick character, like a co-star character, whatever the fuck you want to call it, I think Jesse is better than Kim, and I love Kim. Kim's amazing character.
Oh, absolutely.
But I just think their dynamic was just like, you know.
I feel like when it comes to like both shows, in Better Call Saul, Jimmy and Kim are kind of bonded over this, like, this business sort of thing, like, you know, friendship sort of relationship. But between Jesse and Walt, it almost feels like it's business only. And if you're not talking about business, it's just, you know, it ain't it.
I'm sorry, Wall Goblin just played a soundbite. Did you just say, Walter, put your penis away? Is your Uncle Walt got his penis out, Wall Goblin? That's no good.
Walter, put your dick away, Walter.
Yeah, they were bonded over being colleagues. They were bonded over being shits. I love that Kim and Jimmy would team up for these little schemes. I love that. That was so great.
Right, and we can see that even in Better Call Saul. There was this flashback to Saul or Jimmy and his one old friend that were, like, you know, just kind of scamming people. And Jimmy and Kim actually ended up doing it together to other people.
Yeah.
So I feel like that kind of like shows the relationship between the two. Like, you know, you are a good friend of mine. I'm willing to do this with you.
And they also had this. I really love this dynamic between Kim and Jimmy. Was that Jimmy really always wanted to Saul or Jimmy? Well, Jimmy's his real name. Saul was this the character, his Heisenberg name. Saul Goodman.
Pretty much, yeah.
So when Jimmy was really wanted to look good in her eyes, you know, and that kind of came to the conclusion towards the end, which I'll bring up towards. But anyway, back to Walter White. We're talking about. We're gonna compare Walter White, his character arc, to Jimmy McGill, aka Saul Goodman's arc. So which one do you think was the better arc in the long run?
Without, you know, giving you a whole paragraph for an answer, I'm gonna say Walt, and I can explain that. But I'd like to hear what you have to say. Who do you think had the better arc?
I mean, well, Goblin saying Slippy Jimmy. Really? You think he had the better character arc? All right, interesting. Let us know why. I was actually shocked that they took this comedic character of Saul Goodman and gave such a like in-depth emotional character arc to him. Like, truly fascinating. But yeah, like, they're both great arcs. But there's just something that
they're like good in their own way, you know?
Yes, but there's a moment, and I forgot Tarantino was talking about the Joker film, and he was just like, they're taking old movies and adding pop culture things. All right, that's interesting. But he's like, the only part I liked about the Joker film is when the Joker shot Robert De Niro, because up until that point, the audience, you're on the Joker's side, but like, oh yeah, everyone's mean to me, and and then he shoots this guy live in the air, and that's the moment where you, the audience, you're like, oh, this guy is actually bad. We're rooting for a bad guy, and that's kind of what happened with Breaking Bad when he let Jesse's girlfriend die. I forgot her name.
Jane.
That was the moment for me where I was like, oh fuck.
That is when I thought, oh, okay, he's bad. I don't know why he didn't save her, but what really did it for me is the scene, or there was this conflict between Jesse and Walt and like two other drug dealers that were under Gus, and Jesse didn't like those guys using kids to peddle their drugs.
Yeah.
So Jesse was gonna go kill them, but then Walter comes in with his car, runs him over, and then shoots the one guy right in the head. And that scene right there is where I thought, like, okay, this guy does not feel bad about what he's doing, and I feel like that was his turning point when he realized he is a dangerous guy.
Interesting. Yeah, for me it was the Jane. I was like, oh fuck, like, Walt's not a good guy.
Right.
And for me, like, Slippy Jimmy, whatever you want to call him.
Either or.
he came close to moments like that, you know, with the shit he did with his brother, the shit he did to his brother's boss, and apparently on the final season, they wanted him to kill like the old lady that eventually like rats him out.
Yeah.
And Bob Odenkirk was against it. He was like, no, that's I'm not killing Carol Burnett, who's a whole amazing actress. Why can't I find this fucking picture? I'm just there we go. There's his brother. And I was like, thank God they didn't do that, because to me that would have ruined the show for me, because I never would have seen Saul Goodman as a person capable of killing someone, especially an old lady.
Never.
And I would have ruined the character for me, so I'm glad they didn't go that route. But yeah, there was never a moment for me where Jimmy, where I felt like, oh man, like he's crossing the line. Like, was there a moment for you watching Better Call Saul where you're like, oh, he's a piece of shit?
No, honestly, I feel like he's pretty. I mean, compared to Walt, I mean, he's relatively tame throughout Better Call Saul.
Yeah.
Compared to how Walt changes in Breaking Bad.
Yeah, like he loved his brother, even though his brother did not just fucking had this animosity to him, you know?
Right.
And yeah, I you know, just like, oh, both character arcs were good. Like I'm telling you, like this going into this debate with you, I'm like, I don't even like, I feel like I have to rewatch both shows, but you know, I know for a fact I love Breaking Bad. That's my favorite show.
Agree.
So I think I gotta go with Walter White as the better character arc. I mean, Jimmy is right fucking behind him, like right on his asshole.
So, not to immediately jump to another point, we can stay on this character development real quick, but just to jump to the plot, I feel like Better Call Saul. So I kind of split it up into 3 chapters: Better Call Saul, Breaking Bad, and El Camino. I kind of think of like Better Call Saul is like maybe the first third of, say, you know, the movie, quote unquote, and then Breaking Bad is kind of like the middle, like the climax, like the holy shit, like what's going on here. And then El Camino is kind of like the you know, falling action, like things are wrapping up.
The epilogue, like the epilogue.
Right.
That's what that movie felt. That movie felt to me like people were really not happy with the Breaking Bad ending, which I was just like, it's fine. Like, I didn't need more. I didn't mind getting more. I'm glad that the Better Call Saul kind of filled in some gaps there and got a little more history and lore there. That was great.
Even with like characters that show up in both shows, like Mike, Gus, all them.
Yeah. Wall Goblin says the movie was mid. I mean, I watched it once and I enjoyed it. I haven't watched it again. It might be lower tier if you're ranking stuff. How did you feel about the movie?
I actually enjoyed it. I mean, I kind of felt on my seat for a majority of the movie because, I mean, this guy is like on the run from the police for his involvement with Walter White.
Yeah.
So like he literally needs to tiptoe around everybody.
Yeah.
And I feel like I said, it kept me on the edge of my seat the whole time.
Oh yeah, I have to watch it again. I remember watching it and I enjoyed it because it was just like going back into that Breaking Bad world.
Yeah.
Ironically, I was kind of disappointed in the ending. I kind of wish they would have did like a flash forward to see where Jesse ended up. If he ended up with a family or, you know, something other than him once again driving off in the distance. I was kind of like, oh, he's driving off to, what was it, Canada or some shit?
He went to Alaska. That's what it was.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That was the whole thing. Okay.
But I mean, I can kind of just think of it in the back of my mind, like, yeah, Jesse's probably just gonna lay low, just buy a house, just take it easy.
Yeah.
Just live off the money that he got from.
Probably raise a family. He looked like he could be a good dad.
Yeah.
What else? What other bullet points do you got?
It depends on what we would be talking about. But how
about we went from character arcs. So how about let's go to the ensemble cast of both shows, which are kind of similar. That you have a lot of reoccurring characters coming back into Better Call Saul because it's a prequel series and a kind of a flash forward series, which kudos for them for balancing that out. That was amazing.
Oh yeah. So let's start with Better Call Saul, and I'm going to pick Mike. I'm going to talk about Mike.
Oh, great character.
Absolutely. But what I have written here is Mike's presence in Better Call Saul is interesting, as he swore to never be dirty or kill again, but gets roped into it after getting beaten up, and eventually decides to repay his debt to Gus and his henchman.
Yeah.
And throughout Better Call Saul, he is extremely loyal to Gus. I mean, I feel like that is one thing that he will never break from, his loyalty.
Yeah, he's a very loyal guy, even though there was a lot of moments throughout the season as it progressed, he was not on board with the shit Gus was doing.
Oh yeah, but again, that's just because he went into it because he swore he would never, do that shit again, and here he is doing it. We can see that especially in the scene where what was that German guy's name who led the construction project?
Oh, I don't remember.
The basement?
But yeah, like Mike had to fucking kill him.
Yeah, he had to kill him because Gus wanted him dead, and he didn't want to do it.
Yeah.
But he did it because loyalty. He is a very, very loyal character.
Yep.
And let's jump ahead to Breaking Bad here. Mike and Gus, I feel like they were comfortable in the position they were in before Walter came in. Because in the scene where, now this is a big spoiler, where Walter kills Mike, the argument just before then, Mike yells at Walter saying, like, everything was going fine, we wouldn't be in this mess if you hadn't come along.
You and your ego.
Everything would, you and your ego. But yeah, and then I guess Walter didn't like having somebody yell at him, so he just fucking shot him.
Yeah. One of like.
I'm totally wrong.
What do you mean?
Walter wanted to get the names of the people in prison.
Right, because he wanted to off them, yeah.
Yeah, and Mike wouldn't give them to him.
Yeah.
Then that happened.
If there's one thing both of these shows did phenomenally is like character depths. Sometimes you wouldn't see it coming, and even if you did see it coming, it still shook you to the fucking core. Oh yeah.
Like
holy fuck. What was the most? What was like, man, the most shocking character death for you? Both series.
Wow, that is a good question.
Yeah, even I'm like, what the fuck? I don't know. Like Mike is pretty up there. That was.
Oh yeah. I mean, in the beginning of Better Call Saul, we see him. You know, he's just talking with his daughter-in-law. He lost his son and shit. He's just trying to find a job, and then gets roped into this criminal underworld. But I'd have to say Jesse Pinkman, because if you think of how Jesse was in the beginning of Breaking Bad compared to the end, it's just insane.
Are you saying that when he killed someone, when Jesse killed someone, when he shot?
I feel like that was very hard on Jesse, and I feel like that was his you know, he broke the seal. He's like, he can do it again and not feel as bad as he did when he killed Gale. Yeah,
he definitely went down a fucking.
Again.
Wall Goblin says Nacho.
Yeah. Oh shit! I don't really remember much of Nacho.
Oh yeah, they took him out to the desert and fucking got him. That was a good one. I think for me, the most shocking character death was Jane. That really stuck with me.
Oh, death! I thought you meant like character character development.
Oh,
okay.
my bad. Yeah, death. So, character death. Yeah.
The most shocking death for me.
He did. Nacho definitely. I love Nacho in the Better Call Saul.
For me, I'm looking through what I got here. I'd have to honestly say, I already lost it. Shit, probably Jack shooting Hank in the head. That neo-Nazi shooting Hank just right in the dome. That just caught me so off guard.
Jack shooting? Oh my god, of course. How could I forget that?
That just so off guard.
Yeah, how could I forget that? Totally forgot. No, that would fuck. At least the thing with that death, you kind of saw that coming. Even Hank was like,
right.
You know, Walt, you're the smartest guy I know, but you can't tell he made up his mind 10 minutes ago.
But it's just one of those things where it's like, oh please, something different must happen. Something different must happen, and it just doesn't. It's just not the case.
Oh yeah, that was one of the most amazing episodes of I think Breaking Bad, and directed by Rian Johnson, same guy that directed the Last Jedi, Knives Out, Looper. We give him so much shit for Last Jedi. He directed at least 3 of the best episodes of Breaking Bad. It was that one. I forgot the other one. He did the Fly episode, which a lot of people hate, but I thought it was kind of.
I thought it was good. I liked seeing a whole episode of only Walt and Jesse. You know.
Always good to see them. Blew me away. Yeah, it blew everyone away. That episode was.
Actually, I changed my mind. That was the most surprising death. The fly.
The fly? What do you mean? The fly died?
yeah. When Jesse finally got the fly, that just surprised me so much. It fucking turning point in the story. No, I'm just.
Okay. Fuck. What else you got?
I have a good thing here I'd like to bring up. It's how Walt has affected everybody he's met.
Ooh,
and
yes.
If you think about it, everybody he's met is either like gone, vanished, except for his family, or dead.
Yeah, 100%.
Jesse and Saul are gone. Saul's in jail, and Jesse is in Alaska. But Gus, Mike, fucking everybody is dead.
Yeah. You know, his family, even though were able to make a deal, you know, they'll always be pariahs. They always have the cops on, the feds following them. Yeah. I mean, Walt definitely had a bigger effect on the people around him than Saul. But I feel
absolutely.
But I feel like Saul, he had his own effect around the people around him as well. Like
definitely.
Yeah, I would say he's almost the reason his brother's law firm just does not exist anymore. This big law firm that you see at the beginning of the season, towards the end, is gone.
I feel like Jimmy does crazy shit more like indirectly than Walter, because Walter will literally just go up and fucking shoot somebody, and you know, oh god, it gets even better.
But Jimmy, he will plan his schemes out. He's a schemer. You have to remember that he did a lot of fucking scheming that was absolutely brilliant. I mean,
Walt kind of just had to go on the fly. No pun intended.
I mean, this is probably who you think had the best schemes. I mean, I guess Walt's were more grand. They were more GTA like. While
that's true.
I don't know, but like he had some clever fucking like some.
I'd have to agree here. I feel like Jimmy goes more in depth. They're a lot better thought out. Because I feel like he's not, like, living, like, on edge compared to Walter.
No, because
Walter has everything to lose.
No, it's a
Saul
Saul. It's a lifestyle for him. He's been doing it for forever.
Right.
Yeah, that's why he got the nickname Slippy Jimmy, because he fucking slipped on ice and pretended like he broke his shit.
He's definitely a con artist compared to Walt.
Walt
is just kind of a brute.
Jimmy would pull the most out of pocket shit. Oh yeah, he's a clever fuck, like clever fluff. So villains. I mean, I guess both shows kind of had similar villains, but you did have Lalo as become a prolific villain in Better Call Saul, which was something. I mean, in Breaking Bad, I guess Gus was a big villain for a while, and then Walt had a couple different villains. Like I guess the first drug dealer was Nacho's cousin. What was his name?
There was Crazy 8 and Emilio.
And then after that, their boss, guy that was always angry, Nacho's cousin.
Tuco,
Tuco was like the first.
The Salamancas.
Yeah.
Those motherfuckers are scary all throughout the show, especially the twins.
Yeah, the twins. Fuck. So you had similar villains cross paths between shows, which made sense. But you did have Lalo, which was mentioned in Breaking Bad by Saul when they kidnapped him. So we finally got to meet the famous Lalo in Better Call Saul, and he honestly did not fucking disappoint. What did you think about him in Better Call Saul?
I haven't seen much of him, but literally from the start, literally from the first time I saw him, I was like, this guy is not good business.
Yeah, he is. You just don't know with Lalo. Like he was a wild card, but he was very in control. He wasn't like emotional like the other one, but yeah, he was great. But I guess one of the who do you think is the best villain of all the entire shows? I think for me is Gus. Gus was just
it's crazy because I gotta agree with you there. Gus is fucking scary.
Yeah, he was such a complex character, and we got to learn more about Gus in Better Call Saul. But even like, there's still shit you don't know about him.
Yeah,
like,
exactly. I mean, just to make shit. Hang on, let me try to think about this. So, the one scene in Breaking Bad where Walt and Jesse are under like surveillance and shit. They're like trapped in the lab, and or no, it's just Walt, isn't it? Oh yeah, it is both of them. And Gus kind of just comes down and fucking slits the guy's throat.
Oh yeah.
Just to make an example, like, nobody else better fucking disrespect my rule or this is what's gonna happen. I mean,
yeah.
Mike pulls out his gun and is ready to shoot Gus because of it.
Yeah. That was the first time I ever seen Mike scared.
Yeah.
Because Gus was not a person that got his hands dirty.
No, not at all.
But there was a great scene in Better Call Saul, I don't know if you call it, I think it's probably the later season, where the protection that Gus had on his house, like he had a body double in his house, he had a tunnel that ran under his house to another house that was under surveillance with an entire like fucking SWAT team ready to jump if any.
Holy shit.
Yeah, like you definitely gotta finish Better Call Saul. Like, it is.
I definitely do. I've been too caught up in games to watch anything.
Yeah, no worries. So speaking about, do you have any other bullet points before we touch on which show had the better ending?
Let's see what we've covered here. So we went through character development in both shows. Plot, pretty much the same. The
fun thing about the plot in both is that you got to see the like law side, obviously, from Better Call Saul.
Yeah.
And you got to see, I mean, you still saw the criminal side of Better Call Saul too.
Yeah.
I guess they were kind of similar. I guess in Breaking Bad, the difference would have been more, he had the family aspect. Like, he had to deal with his family, where Saul didn't really have a family. He had Kim, and you know.
I mean, this literally just popped into my head now, but like I said earlier, how I split it up into 3 parts, I think Better Call Saul is a great prequel, and Breaking Bad is a really good sequel. So it's kind of hard to like say, oh well, one's better than the other, because they're both meant for different forms of like storytelling, you could say.
Well, they both complement each other pretty well.
Right. Definitely.
But my question to you is, if someone was like, oh, I didn't watch Breaking Bad, I didn't watch Better Call Saul, which one should I watch first?
Breaking Bad.
Yeah. Same.
Because Breaking Bad is what's going to rope you in and get you sticking around, and then you'll be like, huh, I want to kind of see more of that, and then you'll go to Better Call Saul. Then you'll get to catch up on the lore. Shit like that.
So which one you think had the most satisfying ending to their show or character arc? Just had the best ending. Because even I'm like I watched the Better Call Saul ending, and that last episode was like pure perfection.
See, I haven't seen it, so I can't necessarily
Goblin says
on it.
Breaking Bad.
I just feel like the way that Walt wrapped things up in Breaking Bad, like, he was not letting those Nazis get away with killing his brother-in-law.
Yeah.
So,
got
I feel
Jesse
like wrapping it
out
up by just blasting him with a machine gun.
Yeah, with
I think that's
makeshift machine gun turret from his fucking trunk.
I feel like tying up all those loose ends and then eventually just dying by your own bullet. I feel like.
Well, don't forget the
best. That was super satisfying.
Don't forget the best scene where he tries to get Jesse to kill him.
Oh yeah.
And Jesse throws the gun, and he's like, "I'm done taking orders from you." And that was a great fucking moment as sit.
And that's something that we see all throughout Breaking Bad. Is it's always Jesse do this, Jesse do that.
Yeah.
You know, Jesse help me.
Yeah, always manipulating. Yep, and Jesse.
And then he's finally just like, no,
fucking do it yourself. Yep. And then you get Walt walking to the meth lab, touching his legacy that he's leaving behind, and then falling down and get a Grand Theft Auto wasted.
I never thought about it like that.
I've seen memes and I was like, oh shit, you're right, it was a Grand Theft Auto.
I should make that a meme.
I saw someone do. I think I have it on my phone. I'll post it on the Discord if I still have it. But someone made an artwork of that, and it was my phone wallpaper for the longest.
If you pay attention really closely in El Camino, the lab that Jesse's cooking in, you can actually see Walt's handprint there. And that's because Vince Gilligan said that he didn't have the heart to wipe it off for the movie.
Get the fuck! That's amazing.
Yep.
Oh, I gotta look at. I'm gonna watch El Camino tonight. Perfect ending. But I really wish you would have seen the last episode of Better Call Saul. So I'm gonna spoil a few things if that's okay. So the last episode of Better Call Saul deals with him finally being caught after years of on the lam, hiding off in like North Dakota under a different persona. Can't help himself. He gets back into a little criminal life, and the mother of the son that he's working with, she looks him up on the YouTube, the same laptop he got from her, the irony, and finds out he's Better Call Saul from his ads because they're on YouTube. And she threatens to call him in, and he tries to intimidate her. There's a scene where he looks like he's going to strangle her, and she's looking at him sad, and he looks at himself thinking, he hesitates. He's like, what the fuck am I doing? And she presses her life alarm. And that becomes a chase. He doesn't get far. And what I love about this ending to this show is in the custody, you know, the feds are trying to get information from him because they still don't know everything about what all the money or the organizations. So Saul is trying to make a deal. He's trying to use his lawyer skills to get the best sentence. Like his sentence, I think, was 10 years.
Your Honor, it's not my job to tell you why my client is not guilty. Google is free.
Yeah. So like, it's so great to see Saul be a lawyer again and get like this deal. They also bring back Hank's wife. I forgot her name.
Marie. Yep.
She comes back in the final episode because, you know, he wants to see him brought to justice and say some final words to him because she's like, oh, I heard they found you in a dumpster. That sounds about right. But she sees that he's doing his lawyer. He's like, well, you know, we can go this route. We could go to court and I can just do this. He's like, I was just going to my car one night and someone put a bag over my head. And the next thing I knew, I was in the desert looking over my own grave. And two men in masks had guns in my face. And that, Your Honor, was my introduction to Walter White. And I was forced to his criminal empire. And and all the DA, they're like, oh, fuck. And they're like, oh, the jury wouldn't go for that. And Saul says, all you need is one. All you need is one jury. The all fall.
Yep.
And so you get to see him try to bargain with them to shorten his deal to like 10 years, which is his sentence was going to be life. He goes to court, gets to wear his fancy suit one last time. I think I have the picture here. And you're like, oh, he's going to fuck shit up. Oh, this is so good. But he makes a deal with the DA. He's like, oh, can you bring Kim? I want Kim to be there. I want Kim to be there. He's really adamant about it. What's great about this moment, goes up to the stand, and he just lets loose all he doesn't lie anymore. Tells the judge, everyone there, all the truth. And his lawyer representing him is telling him like, oh, what are you doing? And he's like, listen, I just want to say this is what I did. I'm sorry for all the things I did. He tries to redeem himself. All for Kim. Because he keeps looking back at Kim. He keeps looking back at her. And she's just staring. And then she finally kind of nods. And you get this final heartbreaking moment of Saul in prison. And she sneaks in to visit him, you know, pretending to be a lawyer again.
Yeah.
And they have their last cigarette together. You remember in the scenes in the show, they always smoked a cigarette, and she's just like, I can't believe you talked them down to 10 years.
I feel like...
And then the final scene is just him behind, you know, out in the yard in the prison, and she walks away, and he's just standing there, and that's it. And it's sad. It's heartbreaking. You want him to get away, but he redeems himself. It's something. I guess Walt tried to redeem himself, you know, at the end of the episode.
I feel like he redeemed himself in his own way. He's like, I'm not gonna have somebody else punish me. This is what I will do.
Yeah, he did it the best way he could. You know, make sure his family got money. So I don't know, like, there's more to that episode. I don't want to ruin. There's some great callbacks. There's some great cameos from other characters that are not just fan service. They're just great moments.
Right.
So it's so hard. Like, yeah, I think Breaking Bad is a better show because the argument here is, you know, if someone's like, oh, which one should I watch first? We both agree Breaking Bad.
Right.
So
I also, to go back to Breaking Bad, I have written here that Walter, if you think about it, he pretty much did all of that work for nothing.
Yeah.
Because his family didn't get the money. His family fucking hates him.
Yeah.
You know, Hank is dead. They're not going to get the money anyways. So
that's
all
why
that death, all that blood spilled,
yeah,
all for nothing.
That's why there's that great moment with his wife where she's like, I don't want to hear it. It was for the family. And then he's like,
yep, I did it for me.
Yeah, I loved it. I felt alive. The wife's a fucking bitch. I'm going to be honest with you, Wall Goblin. When's the last time you watched it? When I first saw the show, I thought the same thing. Then when I rewatched the show,
yeah,
she's the one that's of sound mind. She's legitimately trying to protect the family. Like, rewatch the show. I'm telling you, dude, she is not the villain. She's not the bitch.
Do you remember when the Salamanca twins showed up at his house?
Yeah, they're about to fucking kill him. Yeah, they're about to kill his ass. He's taking a shower.
And then they leave.
Because she kept asking him, are we safe? Do we have to go somewhere? And he was like, yeah, we're safe. And they fucking walk in there with a fucking axe.
Yeah, like, imagine if any of them were home at that time.
Yeah,
like, they'd be dead.
They're cartel. Google cartel.
And never finds out about it either.
Yeah. So nah, she's not a bitch. I'm telling you right now. Like, she is justified in her anger. She, like, the first time you watch Breaking Bad, you're on that fucking Scarface criminal Goodfellas high with Walt. You're like, yeah, let's fucking make the money. Fuck that guy. Oh, fuck that guy. You know, make the drugs, cook the meth. Oh, my wife's bitching. Get the fuck out of here. And then I watch it again, and you're like, oh no, yeah, Walt's a fucking monster. Like, she is trying to protect the fucking family. She had a fling with the boss man. Didn't she? She did that out of spite. She did that because he kept lying to her. That's why she did that. She was like, oh, you're gonna have your secrets. This is the worst she could do. That was the worst thing she could do.
That was the worst she could do.
Yeah.
But Walt could do even worse.
Yeah.
But every time I've asked somebody who's watched the show twice, like, what they think of Skylar, they say, oh, second watch through, it's like, she definitely makes more sense.
I'm pretty sure she paid something for that boss man with. Well, oh yeah, she did. Yeah. She definitely did.
No, that was dick move. That was dick move on her part.
Yeah. Because that guy was fucking idiot. But you're right. You rewatched Breaking Bad again.
Use that money to escape.
Yes, it was for the vac clean service. Oh yes, so good.
I need a new filter for my Hoover Max Extract Pro.
Yeah, I love that.
Model 60.
Well, all right, let's wrap this. I think we both agree Breaking Bad is the better show.
Absolutely.
But like, I'm telling you, like, Better Call Saul comes so fucking close. Like, you have to watch that last season, man.
I definitely do, because I feel like I'm missing out on a lot, and I feel like that last season could, like, make or break my entire experience with the show. I
mean, it's also an extra season that Breaking Bad didn't get, because Saul is 6 seasons, Breaking Bad's only 5. And I think that's a sweet stopping point for shows, in my opinion. Is like 5 or 6. Like, if you could end it around there, fucking do it. Like, I hate shows like Walking Dead. I mean, and Walking Dead had a comic, but they dragged that shit out. They added shit that wasn't even the fucking comic. Read the Walking.
Once you start dragging it out, it just kind of starts becoming more predictable.
Yeah. Read the Walking Dead comic. That has a better ending than the. You know, the show ended. No one gave a fuck about that.
I didn't even know the show ended. I don't watch.
Yeah, see, no, they have so many spin-offs going on. And you're like, oh, the show, the Walking Dead ended last year. No one gave a fuck. No one gave a fuck. That shit. I didn't even watch it because I watched a lot of Walking Dead. Anyway, we're getting to a whole other. So Breaking Bad, best show here.
Agreed.
What do you think, Wall Goblin? Breaking Bad best? I mean, Better Call Saul's right there. It's so fucking good. Like,
I'm gonna be honest. Like, the first 5 seasons of Better Call Saul just didn't grab me the way that Breaking Bad did.
Interesting. Okay. Why do you think that is?
I feel like there's just a lot more going on in Breaking Bad, like at all times, and every single episode something fucked up is happening, except for the fly episode, of course.
That's fair.
But even then, you're kind of just like, get this fucking fly out of the lab.
Well, Goblin says Better Call Saul, but they don't know why.
Oh.
Yeah, that's fair, because, Walt's balls deep in the criminal shit, and, Jimmy's as that show progressed, shit gets pretty crazy for Jimmy, especially that last season. That last season was fucking... That shit was cuckoo bananas, man. You gotta watch that last season. I think that last season...
Definitely.
That last season makes up for what you're like, oh, this is what I wanted, it's so good.
Yeah, I feel like that is mainly the part of it. It's just, I've gotten, the first 5 seasons didn't grab me, so watching the 6th is kind of just like embedded in my brain as, oh great, just another season I have to watch.
Yeah, you definitely gotta check that out. Will Goblin says, Saul's brother was your favorite character.
Ah.
I mean, yeah, he was quite the fucking character. I will admit. That's a good question. Let's end it with this. Other than the main characters, who would be your second favorite character in the entire TV show franchise here?
So it's honestly a tie between Jesse and Mike.
Ooh, good picks. Good picks.
Walter, of course, is my favorite because, I mean, he's just like, I don't know. It's something about Walt where it's just, do anything for family. Just
the tweaky guy, his 2 tweaky friends?
The tweaky guy, Jesse. Oh, Skinny Pete.
Those 2, yeah.
Skinny Pete and Badger.
Yeah, they're great.
Hell yeah.
Fucking great. Yeah, I don't know. Jesse's a good one. Mike's a good one. Fuck, Kim was really good. I was invested in Kim because the thing about Kim, I don't know if you know what happens to Kim towards the end. Because you knew Kim wasn't in Breaking Bad, so you're like, oh my god, what happened to Kim? What is it that happened to Kim? Like, there's a moment in the last season where you're like, oh fuck. They play with the expectation too. I know they did on that episode. Yeah, she was fucking great too.
I don't know. I must be biased against Better Call Saul. I just, it just didn't grab me too much. The only scenes I really liked were just with the Salamancas and Gus. But anything to do with, like, Hamlin or Jimmy's brother, I was just kind of like, is this filler?
Right. Walk out with Sev. She did play her role good.
Oh, no doubt about it, but it just didn't grab me the same way that Breaking Bad did.
That's fair. No, I can see that. I think Better Call Saul won me over because Bob Odenkirk killed it. It's crazy that he hasn't won. I don't think he's won an award for playing Saul Goodman, which I don't know whose wife he fucked that pissed off Hollywood. Like, goddamn, what the fuck? Like, something's up with that because he should get an Emmy or something. I don't know if he has.
Oh, absolutely.
He was phenomenal. It's just watching Bob Odenkirk and anything, he's great. And then I can see the stuff that's filler, but like the thing with the brother was good. Kim was good. Like the first season, I can see why people may think it's slow. For me, I was just like, oh, we're back at Breaking Bad. Oh, there's that guy. There's that. They kept me. And the black and white scenes, I lived and died for because I was like, this is after Walt died. This is after. Oh my god. What like oh.
And that's exactly why I think you should watch Breaking Bad first because you go into Better Call Saul knowing everybody.
Oh yeah, I 100% agree on you. So I think we both agree Breaking Bad is a better show. Will Goldman says Better Call Saul. My final question to you is, you haven't watched the last season of Better Call Saul. I think after you did, you probably be, I don't know, you change your mind on this question, but
yeah.
Little Piggy, I gotta go. Not sure I'll be back. It was going. Well, thank you for hanging out. We're about to wrap this up, but if you come back later on the show, I'm gonna be playing some about to play Pitfall and BioShock. Anyway, My question to you, Lieutenant: would you like to see any more Breaking Bad, or no? Are you good? You need more Breaking Bad in any sense of the word.
I feel like with the end of Better Call Saul, they wrapped everything up good. I feel like if they were to add any more, it would not be well received.
You wouldn't want a show or a video game with like Gus, because even there's still stuff about Gus we don't know.
Goblin wants more. Game, if you could somehow implement like a Telltale, like Breaking Bad or some shit, I think that could definitely work.
So Paul, I think Vince Gilligan tried to reach out to Rockstar to get a Breaking Bad game made.
Holy shit!
And they were like, "Bro, that's what we make. What the fuck? That's called Grand Theft Auto."
Just play as Trevor in GTA 5. Like,
yeah, that ass. But I would love a Breaking Bad game if they could make it out. I don't know how. Yeah, Telltale GTA or something.
I think it'd be funny to see a Lego Breaking Bad. The scene where Gus blows up, it's just a bunch of little Lego pieces.
So you're saying you're good on the Breaking Bad?
Yeah, I don't think they should build off of it anymore because, like I said, it wouldn't be well received. At least I don't think it would be. And everything just, it's sitting nice and cozy in my mind. Like, if you were to break that, it's like waking me up from a good sleep or a good dream.
That's fair, yeah.
It's kind of like, why the fuck are you breaking this? Why are you disturbing this?
I kind of agree. Where it has ended now is pure perfection. Mm-hmm. Vince Gilligan's like moving on to do his own like kind of X-Files show. I heard the last thing I heard.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, if they could do a video game and make it work, yeah, maybe. I wouldn't say no. As long as you got Vince Gilligan involved in some of the like I know Eisenberg and Walter White, that rolls over. Can't do that anymore.
I feel like if they were to do a show based solely on like Gus's uprising or something, or like the formation of the Salamancas, and not throw in like Jimmy or you know anybody else, literally just because you got to think about it. Like Gus has been in the business for years. How did he get there? And I think that would just be an interesting story to tell.
Oh yeah, I agree. That would be one story that has been rumored for a while, but who knows if it ever happened? But well, thank you. This was a good chat.
Oh yeah, agreed. Very very good. Before I log off, before I go. The first time I entered your stream, I asked you if you could give me your best SpongeBob impression. Could you do that?
No. SpongeBob is like the one cartoon I did not get into. Like I watched a few episodes, but I will certainly try.
Word. I've been watching for months. Been waiting for this since day one. Me and Wall Goblin stumbled upon your show and we were like, what the fuck is going on here?
That to me is the best compliment I ever get about this show. Because I get it all the time and I fucking love that. His music to my ears.
Dude. This is the only live stream I actually watch. Like it's just no other streams are as fucking just I guess bizarre as this one.
I'm a weird motherfucker, and this show is my avenue of being.
When I first met David and Xander, I was just like, this has got to be something like that I have to invest myself in. I need to get into the lore.
The lore, I think started a year ago. David and Xander ironically started in last Christmas. They're brand new. They started because I killed myself off. I killed off last respawn, and then I was like, oh, I was like, somebody's host the show. What about this?
I'm gonna be totally honest with you. When the Bermuda Triangle season rebooted, like when you started this, I was like, huh, why does that guy look like David? And it's like, oh, well, it's because it's fucking you.
Shut the fuck up. You didn't know David was me?
No, well, dude. Okay, so get this. So I'm watching.
I didn't know I was that good of an actor. I'm a fucking Al Pacino here.
David had like gray hair and a gray beard and mustache, and then I see, this guy with brown hair and like a brown mustache and beard, and I'm just like, who the fuck is this guy? Why does he look like Oh.
Yeah, I filmed a video, like a little makeup tutorial for when I transform into Dave. I keep not posting on the Patreon. I'm gonna post on the Patreon soon, so you guys can see the very simple transformation of David.
I don't know how you managed to like do David's voice throughout the whole season without like breaking it. That just boggles my fucking mind.
David or Xander's?
David. How you were able to manage that high-pitched voice like through the whole fucking season?
That's yeah. I watched the Christmas. If you watch the Christmas, that voice is on and off, and I think I got better as it. But there's a simple thing, so I don't forget it. I'm gonna do it right now. It's gonna fuck with you. Hi, I'm David. But welcome to the last respawn show.
Jesus Christ. I'm having a fever dream.
So pretty much, if I just say hi, I'm David, that high pitch, I remember his voice. And then Xander's easy because Xander's just is me trying not to move my mouth. Here's a shit. You know.
I miss Xander.
Yeah.
So out of pocket.
Lee gave me shit because I got high one night, and we get high every once in a while, and we just randomly message. He was like, "Yo, David and Xander gotta be your main characters for the show," and I was like, "I know, but they're very exhausting to play sometimes."
Yeah, I can imagine.
Like I feel like I'm splitting my personality, and I told him my plans for the season finale. He's like, "Get the fuck out of here! What are you doing?" And I go, "How many people die and come back in this show? Have you come on?" Jesus Christ.
Well, my bad that it turned into like an interview with you, but I just wanted to ask, a couple of questions, like personally.
No, I appreciate it. Thank you.
I've been trying to watch every episode. I missed a couple, but I usually try to tune in whenever I'm available.
Yeah, and I upload. They're all on the VOD and on YouTube. So I try.
That's one thing I gotta do.
Except. This is a fun fact. Last year for the Metal Gear Solid season, I think it was called Outer Beach Heaven, I forgot to save the season finale. So only the people that tuned in live saw the entire season finale. And what pisses me off is I did a whole bit where I'm wounded on the beach, bleeding out, screaming, while trying to beat Metal Gear Solid 3.
Oh my god.
And I made cards where Lee and my other friend Sneaky and whoever was watching, they had to give me pain pills and bandages to keep me going. And
that sounds like torture. That's terrible.
And that entire episode is lost.
No, what? All for nothing.
You guys see like the ending? I think because I filmed the endings different. Thank God I have that. But yeah, that entire episode.
Oh man.
But I will say one thing to Xander. I've been debating this. Is if you go look back at that season finale, there's a reason why he's laying the way he is. That's all I'll say.
Ooh, okay.
I'm
definitely gonna look into that.
I always leave hints, and this season's gonna be. I'm trying not to make as crazy story focus as last season because it was all superheroes and the fast food, but. There are gonna slow like if Lee comes back, he has a VHS tape card. But if you guys are around, there is a VHS tape of David. That's all I'll say for tonight.
It's just I've never seen like a live stream like this or anything like it. It's just insane. It's the only show that grabs me in. Keeps me.
Thank you so much. That means a lot to me. Thank you for coming on. Do you have any social media or anything you want to plug?
No, I'm not that famous. Maybe one day.
But you're definitely welcome on again if you have anything you guys want to talk about. Like I said on Friday, I wanted to have someone on to talk about Mortal Kombat 1, break down all that shit that we last week.
Unfortunately, I don't really play Mortal Kombat. The last time I tried to play it, I kind of just got bored. I like story-driven games, usually like first-person shooters, shit like that.
That's fair. That's fair.
But yeah, I mean, it was great being on the show. I'm glad we got to talk finally. I never thought I'd be the one who gets to come on the show.
Well, Wall Goblin came on last season and talked about Texas Chainsaw.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, I think I saved the clip. I gotta put that on YouTube.
I also wanted to say, in case you haven't realized it already, like all of us are just in the same Discord. Like we all know each other in person.
I kind of figured. Yes, I love that. And I forgot I gotta do the SpongeBob for you before I go.
Oh wow! I can't believe you remembered and I didn't.
Yeah, the edible didn't hit me yet. Oh, SpongeBob. Well, hi, Patrick. Let's go to the main show. Let's go to. What does he say? Let's go to Krusty Krab, Patrick. Oh, I don't know. That how he talks about him.
That's exactly what I wanted from day one. And you were like, when I said, "Can you give me your best SpongeBob impression?" You're like, "Oh, what? Are you trying to get some clips? You trying to get some clips, huh?" And you're just like, "I just want to hear it, man. I just want to hear it. I don't even know how to clip."
Oh, Wall Goblin's dying over here. All right. Well, thank you for coming. I knew this was gonna take an hour. That's why.
Oh yeah.
That's why I put Pitfall in the middle, because I was like, I don't give a fuck if we don't play Pitfall. I think we have 30 minutes to play Pitfall. I don't know. I gotta look at the schedule. But I was like, I don't. That's why I moved BioShock to the end, because I'm enjoying BioShock. So anyway.
Oh, I love that game.
Yeah, it's fucking great to play through it again. But thank you this was great. I love that we had this whole conversation, and I'm like, I still love Breaking Bad more.
Yep. It'll always hold a special place in my heart.
Yeah, that is my favorite. Breaking Bad is my favorite show of all time.
Easily.
Same for you?
Nothing tops it. Nothing will ever top that show.
So
they don't make them like they used to.
They do. They're just very rare. They're very rare. I would tell you to check out Barry. Barry's pretty good. Let me watch Barry.
I'll definitely look into that. I think no, actually, my dad was telling me about this the other day about that show.
It's like a little Breaking Bad. I don't know if you ever watched Dexter.
Oh, I lied. I totally lied. That was the show, Dexter.
That was
the one he was talking to me about.
Oh yeah, that goes downhill after season 4. I can tell you, as a Dexter fan, I watched all that shit. It's a fucking trick. I didn't even watch the new season because I was just like, I don't even know.
Well, all right. I'm unfortunately gonna need to leave the stream after this, but
no worries. We are a late show, so
true.
No offense.
But yeah, it was good being on. I'm glad that I finally, was just on the show after all this time.
You guys are welcome to come on anytime. If you can think of any topics, hell, if you want to come up with characters, be my guest. Me and Lee do all the characters. I don't know if anyone's good at that.
Absolutely, that'd be fun. That'd be great.
So definitely, thank you for coming on.
Thanks for
and I guess anytime, and have a good night.
You too, man. Have a good one.
Take care.
Take care.